Yo, what's going on, 2K family? 2K Mechanic back with another video for you guys. And in today's video, we're going to go over, pros and cons of the point guard position at different heights. I'm probably one of the only YouTubers that has built a point guard at various heights. So I can kind of, point guard or shooting guard, which there's not too much difference between point guard and shooting guard, where I can share my experience and tell you the pros and cons of each height and each build. So that's what we're going to get into today. All right, so first things first, I want to say thank you to all the subs, new and returning. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing on the videos. And if you're new to the channel, consider giving our channel a subscribe. I try to post daily on this channel. And if I miss a day, then the following day I try to double upload to kind of balance it out. And you can kind of check the catalog. We have a lot of different videos, a variety of videos related to NBA 2K22. So give us a follow. Also, if you're looking for a vibrant community to run with, where people discuss builds, everything around NBA 2K22, badges and things of the like, consider joining the Discord in the description below. It's free. And if you want to join a non-toxic community, consider joining our community. All right, so like I said before, we're gonna go over the different heights. Every season I make new builds just to test things and check the meta and stuff like that. So the first build we're going to start with today is the 510 CP3 build. And also I'll have timestamps in the description and links to the videos to how to make the builds if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, stay tuned for, check the description for that. Sorry about that. All right, let's go. So I won't go into details on this build. I'll show highlights and go into more detail later on this week on this CP3 build. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, we had a height of 5'10", weight is 159, wingspan is 6 foot, finishing we got 8, shooting we got 41, playmaking we got 40, and defensive rebound we got 2-1. So this is my main account, y'all. So I've gotten to 40 on every season. So that is plus 8 badges, and this season I'll get plus 40 as well. So that'll be 9 badges that you get from every season, plus the 4 you get from college or rebirth. So keep that in mind when I show you a lot of these badge spreads. All right, so let's go into the attributes. All right, so we get pretty much a 75 drive and dunk. And like I said, I got a 99 with this, y'all. I just got to put the VC on this, get more VC to balance to finish this build. But anyway, so we get 75 drive and dunk, which is a highlight of this build. Or not a highlight, but it's a pro of this build. 99 3-point, which is a pro of this build. 97 pass accuracy is clutch. I really like Hall of Fame bullet passer. Even compared to gold, there's not a world of difference, but there is a difference, y'all. In that the speed of the pass, the defense is not expecting it. Wthey're not used to seeing passes that fast unless you're in pro-am. But rec or any other, they're not used to seeing passes that fast, right? And it's something like we were playing the mobile event yesterday, and the speed of those passes, they just cold shoot fast, dirty shoot fast. So as soon as they hit it, it goes up. It's hard to contest, especially if you're not used to seeing passes that fast, right? So there's definitely a noticeable difference between Hall of Fame and gold in my experience, right? So we got pretty good ball handling on this build. So I'm able to put a lot of playmaking badges on this build, which is clutch. It's a pro of this build. So we got pretty good defense on this build. I think 19 badges. What was it? 19 badges? 21 badges. So yeah, we got a lot of defense on this build, y'all. Like I said, I'll break this build further down in the week, but 85 perimeter defense, 90 steal, right? And 54 to get that 54 block to get the intimidator on bronze, which is clutch. So defense on the perimeter, I really like this build, y'all. This is probably one of my favorite builds. My favorite being the 6'2" that I'm gonna show you guys, but this build is a close second, y'all. I really enjoy playing with this build. I can shoot crazy, I can slash, I can ball handle, no problems. I can play good enough defense. Now, I'm not going to say defense on this build is a world beater just because of the height, but the 6 foot wingspan, you could clamp up. I'm going to show you guys, I don't know, probably between today and tomorrow. I'm going to show you guys 3v3 on how to play on ball 3v3 and what to look for and really kind of how to not shut them down, but limit the possessions on 3v3, right? So stay tuned for that build. But anyway, I like the defense on this build. Speed 88, 91 excel. Now, preferably, I would like to have like a 95 speed with ball and like a 95 acceleration. But just how I balance the build, if you don't want to go the defensive route, you could increase that speed with ball and acceleration. But you know me, the lock in me will not allow me not to have defense on the build. So yeah, definitely would like more acceleration, but I don't have any issues with the acceleration where it's at now. Strength 40 clutch that pairs with the gold clamps. Like, we Bumpy Johnson with this build, y'all. Even at 5'10", we Bumpy Johnson with this build. Because when I play with rec and I'm playing with randoms or just playing in rec in general, unless I'm playing with a full 5, I'm usually playing on the point guard. So yeah, you know, that 40 strength comes in clutch, especially I know most people got 25. And when I get take, I get an additional 5. So I'm at 45 strength compared to their 25. Oh yeah, it's clutch. 55 vert. I mean, this build get up, y'all. You got anything higher than the 50 vert, your build's gonna get up, especially to get those dunks, y'all. So I'm gonna show you guys in the highlights for sure. Stamina 95, clutch. So the cons of this build would be probably the defense, but there's so many pros, and maybe you might want contact dunks, but you don't really need it. The 99.3 is just a lot more pros and cons, and probably the con would be you maybe want higher acceleration. Higher acceleration and higher speed with ball. But overall, I love this build, y'all. I really like this build. This is the this is my 5'11/6 foot. It's closer to 6 foot than it's 5'11. This is my DXJ build. So as you can see here, 5'11", 177 pounds, 6'3". And if you look at my build, you kind of, you know, he got the shoulders, you know, he kind of strong, you know what I mean? But I didn't put any strength on this build, so. All right, so 6'3" wingspan, which is dope. I like this compared to the 6 foot wingspan, but I haven't used this build since like season 2 and beginning of season 3. So I'm probably gonna retire this build to make space for the 6'7" build, primarily because the 5'10" build could probably take its place. But I did enjoy this build. So this 18 finishing, 36 shooting, 37 playmaking, 22 defense. So the main thing was it's an 84. Remember, I got the sleeves on, y'all, so the highlighted attributes are attributes that's boosted by the sleeves. So 84 drive and dunk, which was clutch. I was getting a lot of posters with this build. 96 mid-range, 89.3. So this was the first small build I ever made in 2K22 Next Gen. So, you know, I didn't know you could probably get the higher 3-point and reduce the 96, but I think with the 6'3" wingspan, I wasn't able to get a high 3-pointer. I think it bumped it down to maybe a 95 or something like that. But even though I probably should have went. The reason I went with the 96 mid-range because I got higher mid-range and I was able to get Hot Zone Hunter on Hall of Fame as well as Mismatch Expert on Hall of Fame. So I've you know, when I made the build, I was like, that's a trade-off since I'm not able to get that 96. Maybe I can get the 96 mid-range and just reduce the 3-pointer. So, but you know, I had fun with this build, y'all. I really had a lot of fun with this build. So that was probably maybe a con. The pro is the pro contact dunks. The other con maybe is 86 gold bullet passer, but I don't think that's a con. I think that's pretty standard. I think on the playmaker side, you know, it's pretty solid. On the defensive side, it was solid, y'all, man. The 85 gave me gold clamps. I didn't really get the bump animations like I wanted, and then that's when I figured out it had to be related to strength. I made a 6'7" lockdown, y'all, that I deleted. That was like at a 97. But it was just too slow, you know, once we came with the glitch builds and stuff like that. But the 96 though, I got a lot of steals with this build, y'all. But I can't really say because this was before the this was before the nerf. But I got a lot of on ball steals. I really enjoyed this build, y'all. 90 speed, but now we know acceleration is better than speed. So I would probably, if I had to remake this build, I probably would put, you know, at least 35, 38 strength. And acceleration definitely needs to be higher. So I would rather go 87 speed, high acceleration on this build, than the low acceleration and some strength. 75 accentuated the 84 drive and dunk. But overall, I really enjoyed this build in season 2 and beginning of season 3, but I might have to retire it because, you know, we got better builds now, y'all. So definitely a solid build in my opinion, especially at 5'11", 6 foot with a 6'3" wingspan. And then he has the weight to go with it. I really enjoyed this build, y'all, but we might have to retire this one. So this is the DXJ build. All right, y'all, so this is the third build. So This is probably my favorite build, two-way three-point playmaker. All right, as you can see here, 6'2", 174 pounds, 6'4" wingspan. If the only thing I would like on this build would probably be a longer wingspan, but you gotta give and take some when you make these builds. 15 finishing, 32 shooting, 36 playmaking, 19 defensive badges. And I don't know if I actually showcase this build on the channel. I might drop a video tomorrow showing you how to make this build and then the alternate way to make this build. Yeah, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. This is my favorite build, so I'm gonna have to give it to you guys. All right, so the pro of this build is you get the 86 driving dunk. As you can see now, I got the 85 vert. My favorite dunk packages is small contact and of course the elite contact dunk packages, but if you can't get elite, the small dunk packages, y'all, is clutch. You get the same kind of benefits of you just don't get the slithery, but as far as contact dunks go, this small contact dunk is probably pound for pound the best dunk package in the game. All right, contact dunk package, right, compared to elite contact dunks. But anyway, that's probably one of the highlights. Probably maybe one of the things that you might consider a con is I didn't put high 3-point on this build. Now you can and still get pro contact dunks, right? And I'll show that tomorrow. But I should have went with I probably would have went with a 91 3-point shot, which means I probably would have lost the steal, probably would have lost the Hall of Fame Hall of Fame interceptor. But just to get the circus threes, since I shoot a lot of fading threes now, I probably would like that. And you can probably shoot just as well with gold. But if you make a mistake, that Hall of Fame definitely comes in clutch, right? So that'll probably be the only thing. So it's a 93 point. You might want a 92, 93 3-point on this build. But yeah, the build I show tomorrow, I'll give you guys two options. So we get an 86 pass accuracy, so that gives you gold. Bullet passer, 93 ball handle, 92 speed with ball, just fine. Right, there's a running theme on my builds. 85 perimeter defense, steal, 90, 57 on the block. So this gives you chase down with this vertical, clutch, y'all. And then with that 6'4" wingspan, I would like the wingspan to be a little bit higher. I think like 6'6", 6'5" is where you want to be from a contest perspective. But I haven't had any issues with this build. I can play on ball fine with this build. Just because you get that chase down, I've gotten a lot of chase down blocks. With that vert too, I really like this build, y'all. And if I change anything, I'll probably change the speed and acceleration. Probably go 88 speed, 90 acceleration, or 91, 92 acceleration. The strength, y'all, is clutch. It just accentuates the gold clamps so much. And then we can take this, you're almost at a 50. Strength is just clutch, y'all. I really like this build, y'all. This is my favorite point guard build, 6'2", 6'4" wingspan, and these bad spreads. Like I said, if I change anything, I'll probably get a little bit higher, slightly higher 3-point shot, but this build can do everything I wanted to do at the point guard position. So this is my favorite build, y'all. All right, everybody, next up, I got my two-way shot creator. I made this build because I wanted to play hash or shoot hash and kind of still be a good lock, right? So I really want to I made this as a hybrid in season 3 I made this in season 2. I might have made it in season 2, sorry y'all. But anyway, I want to make this as a hybrid lock build to play the 2, shoot hash, and then ball handle if I need to. So 18, 29, 28, 24 is the badge spread for this build. So I did make a mistake with this build, and if you guys have been along, I'm not gonna say long, if you've been on the channel more than a month or two, then you guys know I kind of remade this build because I had a high drive and dunk. But on this build, which is a con, but on this build, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this was the build where I learned how to use the stick for finishing at the rim because of the layups, the driving layups. So this is how if you see in some of my videos or highlights that I show, I'm able to green a lot of my driving layups, and that's because I learned. And then I got a driving layup high close shot. That's because I learned how to do that with this build, right? So 40 driving dunk is substandard. You want a 74 75 driving dunk. My experience, right? So, and this is where I learned. This build is also where I learned where if you want to shoot hash, you're gonna need that gold limitless up. But you're gonna probably want a 93 ball to shoot deep hash, right? You can shoot hash, but you got to be smart and kind of like not be deep hash, but kind of be in the middle. So I enjoyed this build. I like, as far as a hybrid build, if I want to run 2 or something like that, then I might use this build, right? Because it's clutch, y'all. But this is not as, the problem is this is not as good as my 6-7 glitch build lock. You know, it's just not. So, but as far as playmaking and stuff, if I want to run a hybrid build, then I would run this. Another con of this build is the pass accuracy. A lot of people think you could get away with silver bullet in 5v5, but you will throw some errant passes, right? Like for instance, if I get the ball and I'm bringing it up court off an inbound, right, and I see somebody open, I want to dot them, like the defense is going to be able to catch up more than less. And then sometimes you might throw the ball out of bounds, you might throw it at their feet. That's just what happens when you have those low pass accuracy. So typically, if I run this build and I know I'm gonna run point, or have a feeling I'm gonna run point with this build, then more or less I will put playmaking on this build to kind of substitute me having a lack of pass accuracy. But the defense, I really love the defense on this build, y'all. 65 block, you get some chase downs, and that gives you silver intimidator. 94, of course, gives you Hall of Fame clamps, although you really don't need to run Hall of Fame clamps with this build, but you can with the 45 strength. The steal is a 96, so that gives you Hall of Fame pickpocket, which is clutch. You guys know I'm a aggressive player on defense, so I love to go for on ball steals. So I got a lot. If you guys remember some of my previous videos and highlights, we were going crazy with the steals before the interceptor, and this was the build, y'all. On ball and interceptor, I was getting like 8 steals a game with this build, y'all. That'll probably be like more like 6 now, but Hall of Fame interceptor still works pretty good, especially if you got a good amount of vert on your build. All right, so if I changed anything, like I said, the other con on this build would be, and like I said, I remade this build. You guys can check the channel for that. I would want more acceleration. I would want at least like a 90 acceleration on this build. The strength is clutch with this build. I wouldn't change that because when you get takeover, that's +5, and if you're running secondary, that'll be +7, so you'll be above 50 on your strength. 60 vertical is more than enough, and 90 stamina. So overall, as a hybrid build, I really love this build, y'all. I haven't brought it out in a while because usually when I run 5 now, I've been playing a lot of Rec 1, and usually when I run 5, you know, people want to lock on ball, like in a 2-3 zone or something like that. So I usually bring my 6-7 versus this build. So I really love this build, but I don't use it that much anymore, just because, you know, I have better builds now. But I wouldn't mind bringing this build out every now and again. Yeah, so this is the last build, y'all. So this is, sorry about that. This is a 2-way tempo pusher. This is my very first build, y'all, 6-6. So it won't be too much of a difference between the 6-6 and 6-7 build that I'm probably gonna build, right? So the badge count, so 6'6", 195 pounds, 7'1" wingspan, 19 finishing, 22 shooting, 28 playmaking, 27 defensive rebounds. So this was my Kobe Bryant build when I first made the build. So let's look at it real quick. So we got a 92 drive and dunk, which I love. I wouldn't substitute that for nothing. 3-point shot, I probably want to get this a little higher. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind having an 80 on this build. I just didn't, this is my very first build, and I didn't know if you were gonna need a good mid-range, but now I know you don't need a high mid-range in this game. And you know, put that at 83 points, so then you can get the Sniper Hall of Fame. But I shot pretty well with this build, y'all. You can shoot pretty good with the 76, 70, you know, a mid to high 73 point, y'all. Pass accuracy 73, I'll keep that. You probably want an 85, I think, in my opinion. So What else? 85 ball handle, which is dope. You know, I felt like the 85 was the threshold, so that's what I went with. 80 speed with ball. So you're only able to get, I don't know, with 6.6 you might be able to get higher than the 80 speed. Yeah, of course you can get a higher 80 speed with ball, but I just went with 80 because, you know, I wanted to balance this build out. And now I know, you know, speed and acceleration isn't that bad, but I'll probably put a little bit more acceleration in this build, probably at least an 86 to kind of be similar to the 6.7. But defense, y'all, you know, defense on this build was A1 since day one, right? So we had a 94 perimeter. I probably would want a 90 steal. This build, of course, you get a 75 block, so that gives you, I think, silver chase down, or yeah, silver chase down. And what is rim? Did you get rim protected? Let's check. Let me see. Let me look at the defense on this build. So you're able to get silver chase down, silver rim protector, and silver intimidator. Yeah. So yeah, this build was clutch, y'all. With the bronze rebound chaser. So this was one of my favorite builds at the beginning. It's just that, you know, I made more builds and I don't use this build as much. I'm not gonna lie to you, I rarely use this build. Like I said, I made better builds, and I think my ISO lock build will probably take precedent over this build. So that's why I really want to make my ISO lock build. And I really enjoy playing with this build, y'all. So, but yeah, so this is all the builds from 20. This is all the builds from 5.10 up to 6.6, 6.7. So pros and cons. Like I said, this build is a great lockdown as far as a playmaker. When I make my 6.7, I'll give more judgment to that. But as far as a balanced build, now you won't be able to shoot threes. The con will probably be shooting threes. Stop and popping and shooting threes and stuff like that. But if you know what you're doing, you know, you're gonna be able to shoot with that 6.7, with that 6.7 lock, ISO lock. That's gonna be the one, y'all. I won't have the clamps and be able to lock up like I can with this build, but it's gonna be solid, y'all, for sure. All right, so that's pretty much it on this video. Like I said, I'll have links to all the builds and stuff like that, and I'll probably substitute this build. I don't know if I might delete this build, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, something about your first build, you just want to keep it. So I might just keep it and delete my other build to make my 6.7 ISO lock. But yeah, that's what we have to do. 2K Mechanics signing out. I know this video went kind of lengthy, but I want to break everything down for you guys and show you some of my thoughts on the builds for everybody that's new or considering making a point guard this season, season 5. These are just my thoughts. Signing out. Catch you guys later. Peace.